Chapter 22, Recollections, Tours, and Another Reunion. Otage Cure. Inside his chambers, Sasuke was looking over Orochimaru's notes about a few jutsus from the Forbidden Scroll at the insistence of Bloodstone. "Tell me again why you're making me look through these jutsus?" Sasuke asked in slight annoyance, although notes on a few jutsus had caught his attention. "Because I believe that there is a way to even the playing field in our fight against Naruto," Bloodstone said as he was looking for a certain jutsu that he had seen from Orochimaru's memories. "While I am impressed with how well you have adjusted to the real power of a crystal gem, despite a few small bumps, that brat has a few advantages on his side. Unlike you, the boy is a natural crystal gem, so that would allow him better control of this power." "How do you suppose I counter that?" Sasuke asked as he passed another jutsu that wasn't worth his attention. "Easy," Bloodstone said with a slight chuckle. "You also have a natural power, the Sharingan and the Mangekyo Sharingan. With them, you have the upper hand as you can copy whatever is thrown at you, read movements like a child's book, control and hypnotize others. Even throw them into a genjutsu or burn them alive. The other advantage Naruto has over us is that he has other crystal gems with him," Bloodstone continued before he then said, "and do not even think you can handle the other gems, as who knows which gems are with him aside from Pearl. If one of them is a sage, then you stand no chance against them. If what I have planned works, then we may just have an advantage over them even if they have a sage on their side. The other advantage follows the previous one, as we not only don't know who is with Naruto, but just how powerful they are," Bloodstone finally said with a small chuckle. "Thankfully you have that covered." Sasuke turned the page as Bloodstone quickly said, "Stop. Is this what you're looking for?" Sasuke asked with annoyance before smirking when he heard the crystal gem chuckle with slight glee. "Yes," the gem said, "now to get a few more materials and we can start with our little experiments. Go send out your root agents to gather these items, and if all things go correctly, then that brat will never know what hit him." Sasuke smirked as he wrote down the items that Bloodstone named off before getting up from his desk and left his chambers, chuckling at what the crystal gem had planned. Konoha Cure. Naruto sat up from his hospital bed before grabbing his dizzy head as Tsunade placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. "Take it easy, Naruto," Tsunade said before she was embraced in a hug by Naruto. "It's alright, I missed you too." After breaking the hug, Naruto saw that the other crystal gems were in the hospital room with Kakashi in the bed next to Naruto's. "Naruto," Pearl said as she smiled, "you're alright." "Of course I'm alright," Naruto said with a smile. "It'll have to take more than a bump on the head to beat me." "Baka," Tsunade growled out, "you just gotten away from Kisame and Ichi, members of the Akatsuki that are after the Kyuubi, and they had only ran away because they feared that they might have attracted Konoha reinforcements." "So what happened exactly?" Naruto asked. "I didn't see everything that had happened since Ichi trapped me." Garnet stood up from her seat and said, "Well, after Ichi had trapped you in that dome, we had to try and free you while dealing with Kisame." Flashback, Garnet's POV. Road. "I heard Kakashi mentioning about a jutsu that might help, but he needed help in the form of protection, so I had Lapis, Shikamaru and Ino help your sensei while Asuma, Choji, and I handled Kisame. I'll admit that I had underestimated the weapon Kisame possessed, the same Wada, as even if my gauntlets were able to hold it off, I had felt a small amount of my energy being drained by it. It then began to act oddly, with Kisame mentioning about Samada becoming far more energized from my chakra, as such an event had never happened. Before I could act, Kisame rushed towards me in an attempt to slash me again for him to only cut off some of my hair. I went in to throw a punch, but Kisame was able to use Samada as a shield, with one of its spikes piercing my knuckle and absorbing more of my energy." Kisame chuckled as he had mentioned that the genjutsu used on our group had led us near a river where he used a jutsu to send a powerful jet of water in the form of a shark straight towards me. I was about to block it when Lapis appeared and manipulated the attack straight back towards Kisame, much to the man's surprise that his own attack had hit him. When I had questioned Lapis about what she did, she told me that she would hold Kisame off while I could help Kakashi. I agreed and jumped towards the dome where you and Uchi were, and I had noticed that Kakashi had his left eye uncovered to reveal a red eye with an oddly shaped iris. I then took notice of the small black hole forming above the dome that was somehow pulling the crows inside of it. I jumped near the dome and used my gauntlets to try and reach you while feeling the black hole pulling me towards it. I had to act quickly when I saw you before I had to jump away when the black hole vanished. Running out of ideas, I opened my third eye and tried again. This time I was successful with getting through the dome where Ichi had just knocked you out before releasing the dome. I quickly scooped you up in my arms when Ichi called out to his partner and said that he could sense reinforcements approaching before the two of them left in a hurry. We would have given chase, but Kakashi had collapsed from exhaustion and you were in no condition to fight, so I had Pearl carry you while I myself carried your sensei. Flashback end, General POV. Kanehigakure. And here we are right now. Garnet said as she finished recollecting what had happened. Tsunade chuckled as she said, I almost died laughing when I saw Garnet carrying Kakashi like a bride. Please tell me someone got a picture of that. Naruto said he was laughing at the image of his mother wearing a suit and Kakashi in a wedding dress. Come on, cut me a break. Kakashi said as he knew that the Anbu that were hidden away here and there were laughing their butts off back at their headquarters. I'll be better than for weeks after using my Mangekyo Sharingan and you're laughing at me. It was pretty funny. Garnet said bluntly with a smirk on her face, I could have also given you a piggyback ride. No thank you, Kakashi countered with his own bluntness before mumbling something under the bed sheets. Well, Tsunade said as she gave Naruto's medical chart a quick look over, you are free to go Naruto since there's nothing serious. But I'm afraid Kakashi will have to stay here due to the use of his Mangekyo Sharingan. I would however like for you and the Crystal Gems to meet me at Training Field 7 a few days from now. What for? Amethyst asked as her wrist had already been healed thanks to Steven. I would like to test your skills as no doubt that you have received shinobi training from Kurama. Tsunade said as Naruto got off the bed, once we get a good understanding of your skills, we will give you a Hitai 8 and a vest to show that your skill at Chunin or above. You do not have to wear the jacket as it is optional, but you must have your Hitai 8 on. Everyone nodded as Naruto looked at the gyms and said, guess it's time for a small tour of Konoha. Follow me as I know some good places. Tsunade watched as Naruto and the Crystal Gems exited the room as Jiraiya suddenly appeared out of thin air. So what do you think of them? Tsunade asked both her teammate and Kakashi. From what I can tell, Jiraiya started as he crossed his arms in thought, the Crystal Gems have different powers with Garnet easily rivaling that of Akage's. Seriously? Kakashi asked as he had seen how the gem fights, Garnet could rival Akage? While I don't know exactly how the Crystal Gems fight, Jiraiya explained with a serious tone, the sensors can easily tell that all of them, save for Naruto and Steven, are powerful. Garnet could easily give both the Shadama and the Nadama a run for their money if she wanted to, she could easily be Akage herself. Kakashi whistled as Gay had told him about sparring with Garnet and how the woman could easily keep up with him. What of the others? Kakashi asked with curiosity. We'll just have to wait and see. Tsunade said as she needed to plan on how to test Naruto and the Crystal Gems. In the meantime, since you're in no condition at the moment, I've assigned a temporary replacement to teach Team 7. He will help Naruto should Kurama's chakra be too much for him as well as keep an eye on that boy, Sai. Kakashi blinked before letting out a regretful sigh as he said, I knew I forgot something. Training Ground 7. With Naruto and the gems, everyone had reached the one of the training grounds that had a lone tree that was separate from the forest and 3 wooden posts with a large triangular stone sitting a few meters away. This is Training Ground 7, Naruto said with a chuckle as nostalgia entered his mind. This is where my team used to meet and where Bachan wanted to meet us in a few days. I remember when I got tied to one of the posts during our Trujin exam, and if it weren't for my stomach, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Seeing Steven look at the memorial stone, Naruto said, That's the memorial stone, a special stone for those who have died during their service to the village. So many names. Pearl said as she looked over the names: Abito Uchiha, Kaku Umino, Kohari Umino, Hyde Gecko. Wow. So many people died for this place. I know, said a voice as everyone looked to see a young man with short brown hair in a ponytail and a scar running across the bridge of his nose, and that stone is a monument to show that even though they're gone, we'll never forget them. Ruka-sensei. Naruto cheered as he ran towards the man and gave him a hug. I'm glad to see you too, Naruto, said Ruka as he returned the hug with a smile on his face, and I'm glad that you're alright. After releasing the hug, Naruto turned towards the gyms and said, everyone, this is Ruka-sensei, one of the teachers I've had. Ruka-sensei, these are the crystal gems: amethyst, garnet, pearlheim, Steven Universe, and lapis lazuli. Ruka gave the gems a quick bow and said, Ruka Umino, and I'm glad to meet my former student's new friends. I hope he wasn't too much trouble for you. So what brings you here? Amethyst asked as she was sitting on top one of the posts. Just thought I'd pay my respects to my parents. Ruka as he walked towards the stone, I owe them everything since the night. We're sorry for your loss. Pearl said with concern in her voice. It's alright. Ruka said with a small smile, I know that they're proud of me with how much I've grown and I wouldn't change a thing. A loud growl caught everyone's attention as Naruto blushed in slight embarrassment. Guess I haven't had lunch yet. The blonde said with a nervous chuckle, who's up for some ramen? We just have to swing by my apartment and... Sorry Naruto, Ruka said with saddened look on his face, but after your banishment, some of the villagers had gotten badly drunk and completely burned down your apartment. There's nothing left, I'm afraid. I'll pay for the ramen. Like old times, huh? Naruto let out a sigh before he said, yeah. Like old times, but what am I going to do now? Where are we going to stay? Naruto-san, said a voice as everyone looked to see a cat-masked woman kneeling before them. Lady Hokage wanted me to deliver this to you. It is the key and deed to your new home. I can escort you and your friends there if you like to. Looking at the others, Naruto turned towards the masked woman and said, sure, we can check out the new living arrangements. Lead the way. The woman nodded before leading the group out of the training field and walked through the village as the many people waved towards the group. More specifically towards Naruto. Greetings Namikaze-san. Hello Namikaze-san. Have some fresh bread, Namikaze-san. How are you, Namikaze-san? Could we hurry up a bit? Naruto asked as he felt slightly uncomfortable as he recognized some of the faces that greeted him. Of course, the masked woman said as she noted the uneasy voice Naruto had, we're almost there anyway. Namikaze estate. The group walked until they had reached a large mansion that had a yard next to it that was fenced in. Here we are. The woman said as she motioned to the seal on the door. Naruto-san will have to apply a little bit of blood on the seal as it is designed to only release for the Yondaime Hokage or his family. Naruto nodded as the masked woman soon left before he approached the door. Summoning one of his claws, Naruto pricked his thumb to draw some blood before applying the blood to the seal. Open sesame. Naruto said with a smirk as the seal briefly glowed before vanishing. Naruto unlocked the door to reveal a nice living area that was next to the kitchen as a small stairwell was seen between them with one flight going to the second level going downstairs. Nice digs. Amethyst said as she let out an impressed whistle. I'd say, Pearl said as she looked around, I don't even see a single speck of dust on anything. Cool. Steven said as he ran downstairs to see doors that lead towards a training gym, a cellar, and a huge empty room. On the second floor, Naruto looked at the different rooms before finding a room that had a changing station and a crib. Guess this was supposed to be my room, Naruto thought as he examined the room. It was beautifully designed for a baby boy with light blue walls and cute animal pictures. The crib even had a stuffed fox and a pair of fox-designed footy pajamas. Hey Naruto, said a voice as Naruto turned to see Pearl approaching him, how are you? The blonde gave Pearl a hug as the young girl lovingly returned the hug and knew that Naruto silently wished to have a normal childhood. After ending the hug, Naruto and Pearl walked back downstairs where the others were waiting for them. "Ready for some ramen? My treat?" Ruka asked as Naruto smiled at the offer since he was still hungry. "Alright." Naruto cheered with glee, "Time for some ichirakus. I haven't had any for a long time." Ruka chuckled at Naruto's antics as Amethyst and Steven soon joined in the excitement as he knew that his wallet was definitely going to suffer, but this time it would be worth it. Ichirakus. At Ichirakus, Ayong was wiping down the counter as even though there were the occasional customer that wanted to eat were the son of the yandere mate or just a regular customer. "Just another slow day," Ayong said as she let out a sigh. Naruto knew just how to brighten any workday. "I know what you mean," Tuki said as he stepped out of his kitchen momentarily. "I really miss how he would come in, order a bowl of ramen, and tell us all about his training or any mission that he had gone through. Even though he would exaggerate a few parts, but that's what made him our favorite customer." "Here we are," said Ruka's voice as Tuki and Ayam said Ruka and some others with him enter the restaurant, mine and Naruto's favorite place. "What a nice little place," said a young girl with pale skin and a pearl in her forehead. "Alright," cheered a short girl with purple skin and long and wild white hair. "Food." A dark-skinned woman with a cube-shaped afro entered and took a seat with a young girl with light blue skin and navy blue hair sat next to her. "Cool," said a young boy with curly black hair wearing a red shirt with a yellow star in the middle. "So this is Ichiraku's." A familiar chuckle caught the ramen chef's attention as Naruto walked in with his regular toothy smile and took a seat between the pale-skinned girl and the woman with the weird afro. "Man, I almost forgot what this place looked like," Naruto said as he grabbed a nearby menu. "Hold it," Tuki said, surprising everyone. "Who are you?" "Believe it or not, this is really Naruto and not an imposter this time," Ruka said, but the chef continued to give Naruto a suspicious look. "I'm not sure if I'm buying it," Tuki said as he eyed Naruto's hands. "Last time Ayam and I saw him we were dreading the idea of possibly losing our favorite customer when he lost his hands." "Alright then," Naruto said with a smirk, "I guess in order to prove to you that I am Naruto. I'll take 25 bowls of beef ramen." Tuki smirked and said, "Alright then. I'll go start on your special order. Naruto." Tuki crept into the kitchen and began working as he was determined to make the imposter pay. "So," Ayam said as she looked at the other customers, "what will you have?" "I'll take a bowl of miso ramen," said the pale-skinned girl. "I guess I'll take some pork ramen," said the young boy as he sat next to Ruka and the purple-skinned girl. "I'll take a bowl of beef ramen and a bowl of pork ramen," the woman with the afro said as she adjusted her pink sunglasses. "I'll have some miso ramen," said the blue girl. "I'll have pork ramen," Ruka said as he mentally cried about Naruto's order. "I'll take 3 bowls of pork ramen," the purple girl said with a hungry look in her eyes. "Alright, I'll let my dad know," Ayam said as she took the last order and gave the order to her father. "You sure you can eat 25 bowls?" the pale-skinned girl asked Naruto, getting another smirk from the blonde. "Trust me on this, Pearlheim," Naruto said as Tuki set a bowl of ramen in front of everyone while giving Naruto 3 bowls. "This will be worth it. Before I met you guys, I could put this stuff away just like that." Everyone grabbed their chopsticks and dug in while the purple-skinned girl just started wolfing her first bowl down. "Man, this is good," said the girl before she swallowed the broth in one big gulp. "No wonder you bragged so much about this place." "I told you guys it's good," Naruto said as he knew Toki was still making his order. "What about you, Haim?" "I'll admit that this is enjoyable," the pale-skinned girl said, "but seriously, 25 bowls? This is really good," said the woman with the afro as Toki came out with 4 more bowls. "Thank you. Once I expose that faker, I'll make him pay for all of these orders so that Ruka wouldn't be fooled like last time," Tuki thought as he was determined to expose Naruto. Some time had passed as Tuki sternly looked at Naruto as the blonde began on his last bowl. He had to keep it to himself that he was impressed that the guy was still lasting after the 15th bowl, as even Nakamika's didn't have Naruto's bottomless pit when it comes to ramen. Naruto smirked as he was hiding the fact that his change of diet did affect how much he was eating, but he wouldn't quit now. The ramen chef stared intensely as he wasn't going to let some imposter besmirch his favorite customer without consequences. "Man, I can't wait to," said a voice as everyone looked to see a young boy with red fang-like marks on his cheeks wearing a leather jacket. "Did we come at a bad time? What's going on, Kiba-kun?" asked a young girl with long lavender hair and pale eyes. "Ah, Hyuga-san," said Tuki as he knew the perfect way to expose the imposter. "Could you do me a favor?" "What would that be?" the pale-eyed girl asked as she saw everyone save for one customer looking at her. "Could you use your Byakugan on this character here?" Tuki asked as he pointed to Naruto. "I'm just trying to make sure Ruka here hasn't been fooled again like last time." The girl nodded before veins bulged from the side of her eyes as she stared intently at the person. She studied the young boy and took a mental note of a secondary source of energy at the person's wrists, but she also thought that the boy was familiar. "Done," said Naruto. "You of all people should know how many bowls of ramen I can eat when I'm really hungry." "Naruto?" asked the wild-looking boy as Naruto turned to meet him. "Hey Kiba, Hinata-chan. Long time no see," said Naruto, getting a shocked look from Tuki. "Arf." A large dog with white fur entered and wagged its tail happily at the sight of Naruto, while a woman with long black hair and red eyes wearing a white dress that looked like bandages wrapping around her body. "Guess Asuma was right that you were back, Naruto," said the woman as she looked at the gems, "and you must be the crystal gems. I'm Kuren Yui and these are my students, Hinata Hyuga." "Greetings," the pale-eyed girl said nervously as she looked at Naruto. "Kiba and Yusuke and his partner Akamaru." "What's up?" Kiba said with a smirk on his face. "Arf." "And finally Shinoa Burame," Kurina finished as she pointed to a hooded figure that was standing near the lapis. "I'm surprised that Tuki hadn't realized that it was Naruto after Bowl 12. Shino bluntly said as only a small part of his face could be seen from underneath his hood. "I didn't even know you were there, you could have said something," Ruka said before Naruto was pulled into a hug by both Tuki and Ayam. "We're glad to see you again after all these years." Ayam cheered as she continued to hug Naruto. "I'm sorry for ever doubting you," Tuki said as he let go of Naruto. "Tell you what, all the ramen you and your friends have eaten are all on the house." "Sweet," said Amethyst while Ruka let out a sigh of relief as he really didn't look forward to paying all of those bowls. "So Naruto," Tuki asked as his daughter had let go of their favorite blonde, "who are your new friends by the way?" "These are the crystal gems," Naruto said as he pointed to each of the gems as he named them off: Amethyst, Steven, Pearl, Garnet, and Lapis Lazuli. "Well, I'm glad to meet ya," the ramen chef said with a chuckle. "I'm Tuki and this is my daughter, Ayam. It's nice to see that our favorite customer has made some new friends while he was away," Ayam said with a smile on her face. "It's also nice to meet some of my son's old friends who are still with him," Garnet said as she got a look from everyone save for Naruto and the gems. "Son?" Kiba asked as looked at Naruto. "Did I hear that correctly?" "Yep," Naruto said with a smile as he gave Garnet a one-armed hug. "Garnet's my mom since she adopted me. Name's Naruto Gem, now. I offer you my congratu." "I never would have imagined it," Ruka said as he accidentally cut off Shino, my little brother finally finding himself a mother. "That's not all, Ruka-sensei," Naruto said as everyone saw Naruto and Pearl's hands wrapping into each other. "No way, seriously?" Kiba asked with surprise. "I'm actually jealous now." All but Kirin. I never saw the satin look hidden in Hinata's eyes as she knew what the girl was thinking. "Hinata," the woman thought as she knew how her daughter figure thought about the blonde, "I'm sorry that you had to see this, but sometimes there are lessons that I cannot teach you without you having to experience them first. This is one of them." "So Naruto, Kiba said as he finally drew everyone's attention to Naruto's hands. How did you get your hands back and what's with the gems in your wrists? Well, Naruto said as he chuckled, to make a long story short, I'm a crystal gem as my ancestor who founded the Uzumaki clan was also a crystal gem. Right now, I'm just giving them a tour of some places here in Konoha. Have they been to the hot springs? Hinata asked as Konoha's hot springs were always a popular attraction for tourists. Not yet, but it sounds like a good place to go to next as I could use an ice soak. Naruto admitted before he looked at everyone. How about it? Sure, said Pearl with smile, a nice relaxing dip after a long trip would be wonderful. As Naruto and the gems stepped out, the sound of a familiar voice had caused Naruto to freeze up as he knew that voice all too well. Naruto! Called out a girl with short pink hair wearing a red shirt and a pink apron over a pair of black shorts. It really is you. Naruto stiffly turned around with a nervous and frightened look on his face and said, oh hey s Sakura long time no see gotta go. Now hold on, I just want to talk to you. Sakura said as she grabbed Naruto's wrist before she looked and saw both Naruto's hand and the amber gem embedded in his arm. What apostrophe s. What is this? Curiosity and awe took over as Sakura examined Naruto's hand as she only remembered seeing them as the bloody and broken mess that she had turned them into. She remembered Tsunade and a few of the others had told her that both of Naruto's hands had to be amputated. Looking around the gem, Sakura saw that it really was in her teammate's arm as the flesh was naturally hugging the edges of the gem. I would appreciate it if you let go of my son's hand, said a voice that snapped Sakura out of her thought as she saw a woman with a cubed afro talking to her, considering what you did to him last time. Sakura Haruno. Oh sorry, Sakura said as she let go of Naruto's wrist, you must be the crystal gems. I'm Naruto's old teammate. We know who you are Sakura, Pearl said as she gave the rosette a slightly displeased look. You and Sasuke would belittle Naruto while you would hit him for even the outlandish of reasons. Sure Naruto is annoying and brash, but if either of you got to know him, you would have a better understanding of how compassionate he is and you would help him with his problems instead of making him feel unwanted and isolated. Pearl? Steven said as he tried to get Pearl's attention. It didn't even help that you decided to repay him for getting Sasuke back by smashing his hands into oblivion because he had to use force. Pearl continued as her blood began to boil. You had to have known that Naruto and the others who were sent along with him had risked their very lives to keep just one person from making the worst mistake in his life. Hey Pearl, Amethyst said as she tried to get said gem's attention. Have you ever thought that Naruto just wanted to be loved? Pearl continued, ignoring the others. Would it really kill you to just try and be more of a friend than someone who? Pearl. Lapis shouted as loud as she could in order to draw the pale gem's attention. What? Pearl asked as she turned to face Lapis with an annoyed look before she looked around as a confused look was soon on her face. Where's Naruto? That's what we've been trying to tell you, Steven said with slight sadness. Naruto ran off.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys want to watch more like it, please subscribe to my channel and become part of the video game fanfiction plot. And please leave a comment down below and hit that like button. If you guys have any suggestions on any stories you guys want me to read, don't hesitate. They're always welcome here in the video game fanfic plot. That also goes for video games. Until next time, goodbye!